I haven't done a JVC in a while, so today I would like to have a look at the JVC HP-1000. This is from 1974, so it was in fact contemporary with the Fostex T50 and the Stax SR3. And Sony was even dabbling in electrostatic headphones with the ECR 400. So, how does this compare? JVC's flagship model of the same era with its small dynamic driver. Yeah, JVC has always been far behind, especially historically speaking, but from a design point of view, I think they were doing something pretty neat. Obviously, you've got the fake leather vinyl type headband padding. Hasn't fared perfectly well over the years, but holding up very well, all things considered. Then there's the ear pads themselves. Let's take this one off. The outer vinyl has lasted very well. The internal foam this is the original foam, this part here, and it has still survived to this day, which is incredible. The outer foam I replaced. So originally there was a foam sandwich here. Very interesting. So I replaced the outer one because that had crumbled to dust. And then a simple fabric layer on top. Let's see if we can take a look inside the headphone. It's just a simple twisting mechanism. Well, it's not even a mechanism. Just have to twist this with a little bit of force. There we go. This one's a bit stubborn. There we go. So first layer, just a protection. Then we've got a foam ring as a buffer, I suppose, between the driver and the baffle. So this part comes out entirely, or can do. Okay, so the driver's just free hanging there off with the cables. There you go. There's the driver. Quite a thick boy. And underneath, on the back, yeah, it's really an open kind of design. And honestly speaking, I think this is definitely one of the earlier examples of basic modern driver design. So I don't think JVC was exactly leading the pack or ahead of the curve, but they were definitely among those pioneering this kind of driver design, in Japan at least. It's advertised as 36mm, that's accurate. And they actually advertise it as 36, not as, well, it would have been 50 something, or indeed on the outside of the silver aluminium part. Yeah, nearly 40mm. So they advertised it correctly with the active surface area of the driver diaphragm, which you don't see very often. And inside, again, you've got some damping foam there. I'm not going to touch that too much just in case it is also crumbly. And on the back, again, another foam ring to seal it in to make sure it's sitting comfortably and making a proper acoustic seal. There is an orientation here. Let's put the foam back on first. And seal it in. Just a small twist, that'll do. Pad goes easily back on. Obviously behind the last foam is the outer vents, which brings me on to the design. I wish other companies would be brave and make wild designs like this. Of course, you know, they're not exactly acoustically transparent or effective in modern headphone design, but we love to see it. How does it sound? Unfortunately, it's a bit of a mid-range hump with no bass, no treble. I had to turn up the bass on my Fuzzy Audio SK01 preamp all the way up to the maximum, and even that wasn't enough, so I went on to the Fuzzy Audio SK7, boosted the bass by about 3, and then finally I was getting something like an adequate bass volume. The treble was also equally boosted on both amps. So the reality is, yeah, it does have a very vintage, dynamic sound, which is completely mid-range focused. after tone correction is enjoyable? Yeah, not really. Honestly, the comfort is fair because most of the weight is taken off with this extra thick padding. The pads are nice and plush. Well, if you refurbish them like I've had, they would get uncomfortable after a while, of course, because they are on-ear headphones of a certain weight with clamping pressure. And I find that any on-ear headphone with clamping pressure is going to be a bad time after a while. So, I don't think I'd recommend these other than if you're a collector or you want one of the coolest looking headphones ever made to be sitting around as a display piece. Anyway, that's very neat. I like it. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. Subscribe if you like vintage headphones, and I'll see you in the next one.